What is happening, Internet? So, He-Man is out now. Kind of excited, but also I've been told the shop might be bugged. Which would be hilarious, because purchase items redeemed. Uh-oh. What does that mean? Violent lyrics? Yeah, no. I actually need to earn revenue on this stream, so... No music. None! I don't know. I feel bad for all these streamers that have different opinions than Hollywood. My only advice to you young timers, youngins, if you're gonna be a social media influencer, you gotta keep your opinions to yourself. You gotta try to stay as professional as possible. Me, I don't have any contacts left in the industry. That's why I mouth off and I do a bunch of stuff. Because I had people go after me years ago. And then when they couldn't cancel Amber and I off the internet, they swatted us. So that was their end goal. And we survived that, and they just kind of leave us alone. Except for the convention threats. But yeah, you basically, you know, you have to treat YouTube and streaming as a job. Like, you can't really say what is the opposite of what the hive mind believes, or you could get in big trouble. You know? Is it fair? No. But, you know, in the 90s, we weren't allowed to talk about stuff. You know? In the 90s, you couldn't really talk about your opinions or anything. You'd get fired. Because it'd be like, that's not work-related. You know?
Yeah, but so. It's hard because some people are allowed to talk about their opinions, but other people aren't.
Oh, there's definitely a double standard, yeah. I'm not seeing He-Man. Why am I not seeing He-Man? No! Where is it? It's supposed to be here! Where? No! My whole reason for doing the stream was He-Man! That's the entire reason I installed this game again!
Why is He-Man not on?
What?!
Maybe we should have checked it before. I thought people said He-Man was on here tonight.
Yeah, He-Man's supposed to be here. We're gonna restart. Maybe they screwed it up. They broke the internet. I didn't even know that many people liked He-Man.
Unless he was here until 8.
No. The shop resets at 8 o'clock. Shop always... all Fortnite people tell me the shop resets at 8.
Okay.
It's bugged for some reason? Yeah, because everybody and their mom... Sorry. Everyone and their grandparent is trying to download He-Man because they grew up with it.
It's fine. It's an expression.
But, I mean, it does my heart good to see people getting He-Man. But at the same time, I want He-Man! He-Man's the same age as me. We're kindred spirits. You didn't grow up with the show. I did. That makes me closer to the character.
Come on, Luke. All these Gen Z
No!
and Alpha
No!
influencers say that they
No!
grew up with He-Man.
They couldn't have grown up with He-Man because they would be as old as I am. Yay, the Exhausted Frost King won or something. Who knows? I don't know. I don't care.
What about all those YouTubers that are like 15 years old that remember playing the NES? Like,
I don't care. Stop giving me V-Bucks. Just give me He-Man. Give me the most powerful man in the universe. Who cares about this?
I have the power.
No! I'm gonna have a meltdown. Ah!
Luke's about to have a meltdown.
Is it not today? Oh my gosh!
This is very weird.
Oh!
Everyone said it was supposed to be today.
Is it not June 6th? Hold up.
6th at 8 p.m. It is June 6th. It says it's supposed to be here at June 6th at 8 p.m. It's 8 p.m. Wait, let me see. 8 p.m. Eastern time.
Yeah, it's supposed to be 8 p.m. I'm just trying to understand how to respond to this fan. It was good, not better. You're just a Batman junkie.
But the guy just followed you, honey.
I am a Batman junkie. Proud too. I did like TS Superman and Dean Cain. Being a DC fan in the 90s was epic. We had so many shows and merch. Comics weren't bad. Yeah, I was nice to him. I'm a Batman junkie, proud too.
It's fine.
Yeah. Amber was like, wait, he's a follower. It's like, yes, I'm not. I'm being good. I'm being good. So you're telling me He-Man is supposed to be out, but he's not because reasons.
I'm telling you that AI says He-Man's supposed to be out now.
Okay, you know what we're going to do? We're going to check the Nintendo Switch 2. Because the Nintendo Switch 2, I have a feeling it's going to work.
Okay.
Now we don't have Batman with his cape. I freaking live it here. Isn't this the stuff from the shop from yesterday?
Kermit the Frog is in this game.
Hi ho, Kermit the Frog here. Who cares? Where's Batman's cape? Where's his cape?
I don't know where.
I lost his cape? His comic cape? Yeah, there we go. Comic Batman. That's fine. I am a Batman junkie, but still. Alright, you know what? Item shop bug. Let's not do item shop bugs for He-Man, okay? We're checking the other things. So I'm logging off of this. Okay? Logging off of this. Be right back. Unbelievable. I don't care about that. Oh my gosh. The one time I plan on looking at this. Oh.
Yeah, so if you guys don't know, like, basically a lot of people are responding to Fortnite on Twitter and asking them where the skins are. Because somebody even said they tried to download them.
And
the
brick
skins
the
were
system.
they were in there for like 1 second and then their account got jammed up. So I don't know what's going on with these skins. But something is very weird.
Well, they shouldn't have. I don't think they updated because they still have these skins. This thing. The Overwatch bundle. Overwatch bundle shouldn't be here. This should be He-Man. This is a disaster. Absolute disaster. Ugh.
Yeah. This is a disaster, honestly.
Well, I guess we can turn this into Ink Batman and play for like 20 minutes, but I'm livid. I'm the one time that I actually cared to get into this stupid game again.
You should, like, write as your title to this, like, where are they? Where are the skins? That's what everyone's asking. Oh.
He-Man broke Fortnite. It doesn't work that way. My channel's freaking shadow banned. You know how hard it is to get people in here for a new release? And then... He probably has it, doesn't he? No, he doesn't have it. Instead of He-Man, you got the Invisible Man. Oh... Oh my gosh.
I feel bad for you.
I've been looking forward to it for weeks.
Sorry.
I even put money aside for the bundle.
Are you gonna be using that money? Because I can...
Yes.
Okay. Oh, you still think that He-Man's gonna show up? Okay. Huh. Okay. If that's what you believe.
Are they acknowledging that they screwed up?
No, they
No.
just wrote... They wrote, He-Man is now in the item shop, everyone. They wrote it, and then everyone's like responding, lies!
You sit on a throne of lies. Makes me sad.
They made a post like, it's here, guys. Go get it. But how can we get it if it's not there?
Hello, it's not working. You sit on a throne of lies. Anyone else have He-Man? No. Liars! Yeah.
You guys, how come everyone hasn't downloaded He-Man? I mean, Fortnite's official Twitter says it's in the item shop, everyone.
Oh, whatever.
I don't know why you guys just haven't downloaded it.
I'm literally eating. I'm eating food now. I'm let this run and whatever. I just don't care.
I don't know why people aren't downloading it. I mean, it's just so weird that Fortnite put it in the item shop supposedly, but nobody's downloading it. That's so weird. I mean, I don't know why they would take time to put it in the item shop and nobody's taking time to download it.
No.
They're sad. They're sad because nobody's taking time to download the character they made.
Can I go make a sandwich and you play with people or something? Would that be acceptable for a little bit? I'm starving. I was anticipating.
You want me to make you a sandwich?
Yeah, I'll play with people, then I'll eat my sandwich.
Do you want me to make you a sandwich, or do you want me to play with people?
You do a better job at making sandwiches than me. Thank you, honey. I'm still eating on the stream, though. I'm gonna eat and I'm gonna complain, because that's what old men do, is we complain about everything. Because the world is evil, and the world is full of liars, and charlatans, and... yeah. Fine, I'll just play with this Batman skin. There, I'm stuffed. Hooray, 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 hooray. Nope. I'm just gonna run into this wall. I changed my entire stream because I was like, oh, well, I'll be playing He-Man tonight, and then I'll do that Gundam game. I want Skeletor! You ignorant buffoon Fortnite staff members! Nyah! One job! And you'll screw it up! Nyah! I am angry! I'm livid! Oh! I've been waiting to play as Skeletor. Why do I have Buzz Lightyear's jetpack? You know what? I don't care. I'm just gonna run up to somebody and say, shoot me in the game. I don't care. I don't care. Wait, where's my Batmobile? I'm gonna go drive around in my Batmobile. I don't care if this is a team thing. Give me my car. I'm out of here. Screw everybody. Wait, are all the cars gone now? Did they finally take my cars away? You evil. No! My cars are gone? I can't drive my Batmobile anymore? You suck, Fortnite! They finally got rid of the cars, huh? Son of a... Alright. I want me my Batmobile. I want to drive around. Where is it? I really don't care if somebody shoots me right now. I just want... Just need to go and enjoy the scenery. Yeah. Randomly a truck here. Nope. Would I like the game more if I could play as He-Man? Oh, I'm going to be complaining a lot about... I mean, this is supposed to be a big marketing thing. I'm sure the owners of He-Man are livid right now. Because they were supposed to get... They delayed their He-Man video game, supposedly because of He-Man's role in Fortnite. They had a big marketing promotion between Fortnite and He-Man. And then what did they do? They screw it up! This is why Hollywood is full of nincompoops. Yeah, I'm looking for a car, Red Hood. I'm running. If I find a car, I'll let you know. Sorry, teammates. I don't really care about you guys right now. Okay, I can't do anything with that car. That's a weird truck. I will find a car. Probably not. Every car that I've run into so far, you can't get inside of it. Which is weird because based on all the promotional stuff they did with like Back to the Future and all these different cars, it's kind of weird. I don't know. I've run into several areas at this point and there's no car. I got people on my back now. That's fun. So far, no car. Wrong game mode. Running power activate. Yeah. I am Boris. I am invincible. Yeah, it's raining. There's a storm, but that still wouldn't delay He-Man. Falling into the water equals death. I can't stream it tomorrow. Tomorrow is all dedicated to Xbox and PC gaming show or whatever, PC game show, and some other stuff. It's Summer Game Fest tomorrow. I don't want to watch this person. I want to leave. How do I leave? I'm trying to. Won't let me. There we go. Oh, that was Fortnite OG? Yeah, I don't want to do OG. I want to drive around in my... What the heck is this? Choose a fire sprite? Okay. Let's go. There's a lot of rumors that the Nintendo Direct is June 9th. June 9th or June 10th. They'll wait until after Summer Game Fest, though. You want to know why? Because they don't want to give Jeff Keighley any money. If you have your press conference the week of his show, like, you have to pay him money. Because he's like, oh, it's all part of Summer Game Fest. They need to hire me as Skeletor? What, in a cartoon? Maybe. Thank you. No. I also need to wash my hands. Because they're dirty!
Would you like your glass or something?
An evil glass.
An evil glass of juice? An evil glass of juice?
Yes! It's a PC show. I don't know. PC show is tomorrow. Future Game Show was today. I love Future Game Show, but I wasn't able to watch that one. Yeah. Yes! Evil glass. I have to go work. If I die, I die.
What's up, Dad?
I don't want to leave you up, though. Right, but once you do the Gundam stream, you're going to need moral support for that.
What's up, Dad?
Oh, wow, Luke. You remembered to drain the toe. Good job. Good job remembering to drain the toe.
Yeah, I did do that. I didn't want Link to drink out of it. Sandwich looks good. Yeah, so I'm thinking of changing the thumbnail to the episode where He-Man accidentally kills somebody. And then have, like, comic, whatever, Batman. I'm just gonna go drown. Goodbye!
Because I can sit here and talk with you or whatever.
I mean, whatever. If you want to play, you can play. But I'm gonna drown Batman.
I don't need. Oh, right. I'll play. I forgot. You have to. I'll play.
Just drown him.
Why do you want to drown?
I don't know, something to do. You can't drown in Fortnite. Well, Fooey.
Luke's gonna eat his sandwich since he doesn't have anything else to do since He-Man never showed up.
I'm changing the thumbnail. I'm gonna episode where He-Man. It's a famous episode where He-Man accidentally kills somebody, and that's how Skeletor makes him think he kills somebody. So you know what He-Man does? He shows accountability and he stops being He-Man. So he thinks that he indirectly killed someone, so he abused the power of Grayskull and gives up being a hero. It's a great episode.
Wow.
I believe it was written by a later alumni of Batman the Animated Series, too. Like one of the 9 writers from the animated series. Yeah. Don't mind me, guys. My wife made me dinner. I'm eating my dinner.
Oh, they don't have building here in this? No building anymore?
Oh.
Why am I holding a bomb?
Got me.
You can't, like, chop down trees or anything anymore?
I don't know. Why do you have a fire guy on your back? You're supposed to have a Batman cape.
I don't know why. It would be really hard to chop down a tree with a batarang. Like, you'd have to really hit that tree a lot. Are you okay? Luke, you can go somewhere else and eat and then come back if you...
No, that was. It's just been so many hours. That.
I'm just running around. I honestly don't know where everybody is.
I just want to say it. So He-Man apparently was the most powerful man in the universe because he broke Fortnite.
Right. That's actually kind of true.
Yeah, it didn't rotate on time. I was going to say there was a lot of old stuff in that shop. Batman hates pinatas.
No likey. When in doubt, freak out.
See if you can find a car and you'll turn it into the Batmobile.
I already did that on accident.
Oh, you did?
Then I couldn't get out of the parking space because it was too big.
The Batmobile was too big?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So you can't build at all in this anymore, or
I don't know.
how do you build?
You might be in a mode called Zero Build, which means you can't build.
It's not letting me build.
Mm-hmm.
This is stupid.
I mean, you're getting a good cardio in for Batman, though.
Yeah, for Batman. Hey! Hey, Charles Demers, how's it going?
We missed out on Bugs Bunny because we were moving. Oh well.
I don't want to say. I don't really care. Like, I don't really care about getting every character, honestly.
I wanted Lola and Daffy, though. Oh well.
Sorry.
Okay. I think it was literally the week that I was moving that Lola and Daffy came out.
I mean, maybe they'll come back at some point. But then we won't be able to cover them, but... I haven't really been doing a lot of the stuff I usually do, like covering those one characters, like in
Marvel Rivals.
Rivals.
And, I know.
I guess I've been super depressed, honestly.
That's understandable.
Honestly, I can just explain why I'm doing Pokopia every day.
You like it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, when I do Marvel Rivals, people, like, are like... And most of our regular viewers aren't like this, but, like, new people coming in and stuff. Like, they'll be like, you said I could play 40 minutes ago, and you still haven't added me. And, like, they get mad at me, and it's just stressful. I just get annoyed. And, like, when I play Pokopia, I don't have anyone bothering me. Like, I'm just in my own little world, and I'm talking to the Pokemon. It makes me feel peaceful.
You're allowed to say that I prefer single player or like co-op games.
Yeah.
I don't really like online games.
It's hard for me to play online games because I enjoy people playing with me when they're nice. Like, a lot of the people that normally play with me, like, I like playing with the people we're playing with right now, Jacob Orion and Charles Demers and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I like playing with our regular viewers, but when you stream online, you're trying to get people to notice your stream, so inevitably, like, you need new people coming in, and when they come in, sometimes they're nice, which is great, because then you get a new subscriber. Sometimes they're not, though. The problem with online games that I hate, that I find annoying, is, like, if you get some people that just subscribe for you playing online games with them, then if you decide to play a single player game after that, they unsubscribe because you weren't playing it continuously. It's like a friendship that you have to constantly upkeep all the time. I'm not trying to be, like, rude, but it's like, that's what I feel like. It's like one of those friends that unless you keep calling them and keep doing nice things for them, they'll just not be your friend unless you keep doing things for them all the time.
a fuel in the Batmobile.
Whoops.
Whoops.
But that, I mean, I do like playing online with people, but I just am... The other thing that I don't like is, like, for instance, Disney Dreamlight Valley. Like, one reason I'm also playing Pokopia is because nobody else, I don't know why, but, like, everyone stopped playing the game.
Because they beat it already.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I kind of find it kind of freeing because when I play Dreamlight Valley, people always, even if they're not playing online with me,
Run away, Amber.
even if they're not playing online with me, like, they... Like, even if they're not playing online with me, like, people, like, say stuff to me while I'm playing Dreamlight Valley. They're like, that game is so big that... And then, honestly, I should see this as a plus. Because the game is so popular that people are inevitably gonna want to watch it or whatever.
Yeah.
But, like, thank you, Charles. But, like, some of the stuff, like, I'm doing on Dreamlight Valley and stuff, like, I'll be, you know, it's like, I guess, I don't know if it's probably not as popular as Disney Infinity. But when we did Disney Infinity, we didn't generally always stream it.
No, that was before streaming.
So, like, if we had streamed it back then, I think we would have hated it. Because I'm telling you, like, when they come out with a new character on Dreamlight Valley, like Peter Pan or something, and I'm showing it off, I have people come by and are like, you're doing it wrong. You don't need to look through all that. Like, I have people all the time. Because everyone else has already unlocked the character, like, as soon as they come out, like, within 3 seconds. And I'm, like, you know, setting up my stream, making the thumbnail. I can't sit here and unlock the character. I have to plan for it. I have to look, you know, make sure as soon as the character comes out, I actually have to make the thumbnail, set up the stream, and everything like that. So, it's like, I can't just... It's just like a lot of other games where people are bothering you. Like, they're like, oh, blah, 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 game just came out, Luke. I already beat it. You know, it's like, well, Luke had to stream it, and he has to wait till tomorrow to get a certain amount of views so he can stream it again. It's not like he can just play the game all the way through in one day. because he has other games to cover, and it's like, so it actually takes longer to stream it than if you're just playing it. And that's how it is with Dreamlight Valley. It's like, as soon as there's a new character, there's at least 15. I feel like I have at least 7, okay, maybe not 15, but at least 7 people come by my stream that randomly already unlocked it, and they always say I'm doing something wrong, and I don't mind that. It's that I have anger issues, and I end up, like, getting really mad at them, and then I feel embarrassed, because I'm trying to do, like, a cozy stream. I'm like, hey guys, today we're going to be planting 7 rows of carrots, because we're going to need carrots for, Daisy Duck's new recipe. So welcome to the stream. I hope everyone's having a good day. And then there's somebody like, LOL, you're such an idiot. You don't know anything. You don't need to plant 7 rows of carrots. It's only 6. LOL, what an idiot. What a stupid girl playing this game. LOL, LOL. And then I'm just like, you know what? I'm making 7 rows of carrots because that's what I heard was supposed to be. So maybe you can just leave the stream. Like, I literally get upset and, like, I, like, tell people off. And then I'm just like, oh, so we're back to the stream. And, like,
So you crash out, and then you go back to normal.
Yeah, like, there's several episodes of Disney Dreamlight Valley where I'm literally, like, I tried to delete portions of it because I literally got mad at somebody randomly. Now I just, like, I really try to ignore people. Like, I just ignore them. Like, they're like, you're doing it wrong, you're doing it wrong. You know what I do now? Like, if somebody goes, LOL, what an idiot, you're doing it wrong. You're planting 7 rows of carrots. You were supposed to plant 6. What a loser. You don't even know. Are you really a streamer? Do you really playing this game? Do you really know what you're doing? And then I'm just like, say their name is like Dr. Eggman 712. Then I'll be like, hi Dr. Eggman 712, how's it going? And then I'll just keep going with my stream. So they can see that I see their comment, but I'm not going to respond to it. I'm not responding because I don't care. Like, I just don't, I mean, I do care. Obviously, it makes me upset.
You're talking about it, so you do care.
I do care, but I just, they're not worth it to respond to. Like, but sometimes I, honestly, now, especially, like, say I'm streaming in the morning and somebody really tries to rile me up, then what I'll do is I'll just, like, be like, oh, my cats, need some food. And then I just, like, pause the stream and I leave and I just, like, try to, like, cool down and then I try to come back. Because I really don't want to that's what I hate about cozy games, because cozy games, it's implied you're supposed to be, like, if you're, like, playing a violent game and someone yells at you, and you can be like, you know, shut up, you know, you don't know anything either, get off my stream or whatever. You can say whatever you want to them. It doesn't seem weird. But if you're playing a cozy game like, hi everyone, today is going to be a nice and peaceful stream, so get ready for some soothing music and some cozy feel, and get ready to relax, and then somebody comes by, like, you're a loser. It's like, yeah, so it's just like, that's what I hate, is just like, I think that was the thing with our Disney Infinity too, is like, it was sort of semi-cozy game, because Disney has this thing of like, oh, Disney movies are for kids, or Disney movies are for families, it's wholesome. But Disney isn't even like that anymore anyways. It's just so weird that we went through so many phases on this channel. We went through the phase of people screaming at us, saying that we were too violent, that we had too many teen-rated games, that we literally said, you know, words that we weren't supposed to say, like crap or darn, and people chastising us, saying that we shouldn't, you know, play Streets of Rage and all this stuff, or Double Dragon. We were told we couldn't play that. And then, so we literally, we did...
Streets of Rage is a 90s game.
We literally, I don't know what we were playing back then, but like...
Double Dragon Neon.
Yeah, it's like we were told all this stuff. We tried to cater to our audience, and then And then it was like, no matter what we did, it was just like... And then they pushed us so far off the edge, like, where they were just like, oh, well, we don't actually want to watch your channel anymore because you just do stuff that's just wholesome. It's like, well, we didn't actually originally do that.
No.
We did everything and then we were criticized. I don't know. It's just, I feel like we've been criticized on both sides for so long. It's like, it's very... I guess I kind of have empathy for like Japanese developers and stuff being criticized on every side, because it's like they're criticized on the side of they're what? How many people can we have at our party though?
4.
So you're gonna have to exit and have a new party or something, unless you want to do this again.
The only way that you can do this game is by doing 4 people, and then it'll take forever to get more people in. So that's your group.
I know, but you should probably switch it up.
Well, now you're in the captain's chair. You do what you want.
All right, we'll do one more with this group, and then we're gonna switch it, guys. What?
Good luck with that.
All right. Oh, Cosmic is playing as Mercy. Cool. I love that character. Hey Charles. Hey Jacob.
You
Orion.
have Overwatch characters if you want to use them.
Oh, so cool.
But if you want to keep playing as Batman, whatever.
It's like, if you think about it, it's like, I don't know, I was just thinking, Japanese developers get criticized on every side because they have to cater to basically they have to make money, so they have to make a good game that the Japanese audience wants. But then they're screamed at on the other side by insane Americans who want something completely different. And they're supposed to somehow please both audiences, which is absolutely impossible. There's no way they can please the Japanese and the American audience. What is it you want?
They're saying He-Man is here now.
We'll just oh.
Mm-mm.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Mm-hmm. Yay!
He-Man. Do 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 do. Da 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 da.
Careful, little one. Yay!
I have the power.
By the power of Grayskull! Yep. I have the power! Mm-hmm. Alright. He looks pretty good.
That looks cool. Most
Time to make
chiseled-
Amber cry.
Most chiseled cheekbones in the game. Ah! No!
How can you make your wife cry? Very easily. No! Alright. Now we've got... He held it off his magic credit card and said, by the power of Grayskull, I have funds now!
Wait, you did put the thing over your
Yeah.
card, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Wait, did I?
Oh my god!
Oh no.
You didn't?
I think I did. Did I not?
How would I know? You're the one doing it.
I vaguely remember doing it. Yeah, it says top secret.
Oh.
Magically, I have 5k V-Bucks. How did that happen? Quickly, buy it now! Yes! The most powerful man in the universe. I love how he said, held aloft my magic sword. He spoke Old English. He-Man was teaching 80s kids Old English. How many people hold aloft something? That's not a term anymore. Yes! And look at I'm gorgeous! Yeah! Wow!
He does look pretty cool.
It's Christmas! Because I'm overcome with the spirit of joy!
I feel like they put extra effort into this. Honestly, these look a lot better than the Naruto characters they put in.
It looks so good.
They put a lot of detail and shading into this.
It looks so good.
Oh.
Are your He-Man figures gone too? Yeah, they were stolen. Everything that we had that was of value is gone. He-Man collection, everything. Blast! This is the only He-Man memorabilia I have now is digital game. Yeah. I'm upset. Oh well. And She-Ra. Oh good, thank God it's the good She-Ra. Clap clap. 80 She-Ra. Positive female role model. She-Ra, She-Ra. She-Ra. With He-Man's cape.
Oh wow, his cape looks cool.
No, that's her cape. That's Princess Adora's cape.
Really? Oh.
Yeah. I could not stand She-Ra on Netflix. OG She-Ra's the best.
I never saw it on Netflix.
And we will get to play as He-Man and She-Ra whenever they decide to release the game that was supposed to come out in April. Alright. The Sword of Protection. Defend Crystal Castle. She-Ra's cape. The Laugh of Power. Oh, that stupid meme. Reveals a fabulous secret power. Yeah. Seed of Defeat. At Skeletor's Seed of Defeat. Oh, why do I surround myself with fools? Grayskull drum kit. That's amazing. That's it, though. They don't really have any other... They don't really claim all. No He-Man Legos, either. This is just... So this costume is a little bit different than classic He-Man, though. So classic He-Man would have had red trunks and, like, kind of maroon red boots. He didn't have really brown boots like that. That's more, like, barbarian-like. Like, his color scheme is supposed to be red. So, and the fuzzy part, or the woolly part of his, like, you know, outfit, that would be a darker red, like a maroon color.
Oh.
And then the boots would be, like, bright red.
So they kind of got some things wrong.
Yeah. It kind of reminds me of the He-Man action figures in the late 80s. He had brown trunks and brown boots. But even his red insignia was made brown because it was a paint error.
Oh, maybe that's what they based it off of.
Oh, the figure? Maybe.
Maybe.
I could never do a good He-Man impression, though, because like they used effects to have his voice like that. They made He-Man sound like he was in an echo chamber because it was so powerful, his voice would bounce off things.
Oh, Oh, wow.
So when he spoke slow, and his voice would resonate off of things. Orko, Man-at-Arms. Yeah. That's how they did that.
That's cool. I did not know that.
Whereas Skeletor, they barely used any effects, except for the echo.
Oh, wow. So that was all that guy.
That was all, yeah. Yes, and he spoke through his teeth most of the time. In order to do a proper Skeletor, your teeth need to be clenched, as it causes great pain. Oh.
That's cute, Luke.
Yeah. Alright, so we're doing He-Man. He-Man. And the Masters of the Universe. Congratulations, you got an umbrella. I don't care. No He-Man vehicles, though. No... We don't have any flying thing. I don't want Buzz Lightyear's thing. No Battle Cat. No flying Battle Cat. Da 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 da.
Buzz Lightyear to the rescue.
Da 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 da. He-Man with wings. Mercy's Valkyrie wings. Not the same. I can't believe they didn't give them... See, this is what annoys me about this. I mean, they brought in the He-Man characters, but there's no vehicles for them. They give you a drum set based on Grayskull. Could have had, like, Grayskull be, like, a jet, or could have ridden...
Yeah!
Oh, Spirit! That's it. They should have given Spirit, She-Ra's horse.
I would have made Battle Cat like the...
Like,
yeah,
running
like a car,
on the air.
Or I would have made it like the glider. Battle Cat glider.
The most powerful man in Fortnite. I love that it's actually the 80s He-Man thing.
What's up, brother?
He-Man dance. So it came out at 9 o'clock then, an hour later.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Hi-ho, not Kermit the Frog here. Oh, they still have the other stuff. This dude looks like Inspector Gadget. Da-da-da-da-da-da. So did you hear the rumors about Inspector Gadget?
No.
Will Ferrell wants to play Inspector Gadget.
Why?
Because Disney's rebooting Inspector Gadget again.
I didn't know he was an Inspector Gadget fan.
Probably. I mean, he's old now, so he wants to do roles that are... This always happens. The older actors get, the only roles they can get is in children's television and children's productions. So the old actors who used to be really popular, they then start to segue, if they were really popular, into children's entertainment so that they have, you know...
Something to do.
Oh, wait, there's two versions of He-Man. Oh, they're cel-shaded and... No
Whoa.
way. How do you do that?
What do you mean, cell shaded?
They're cel-shaded and the other one. I think. Hold up. There's cartoon He-Man and... Oh! Woo!
Toy He-Man!
Wow, yeah.
Oh my god!
So you have two versions of He-Man. That's why it's so expensive.
Whoa!
So cool.
Oh, wow.
80s video game. 80s
Wow.
video game.
Oh my god.
And it's for all of them. 80s video game. Wow. He still looks... They call it gradient, but that's awesome. And She-Ra too. Never seen She-Ra in CGI, so... Whoa, she looks better than her, Yeah, they messed up her, she doesn't look like the cartoon there. She looks like the cartoon there.
Yeah, she looks pretty.
She looks better in her gradient style than her, cell style. That's cool.
That is cool.
Alright, so we're gonna play as He-Man first. No, not She-Ra. I said He-Man. No. No! No! There it is. Great! Alright, send your invites. Whatever you want to do. Video game looks better. It looks dope. Very cool.
really cool.
Okay, so crazy. So we're gonna do a showcase of all three. Hello, Miku. I like the gradient ones personally. I'm gonna show all of them. There's 6 characters in reality.
In reality, there's 6 characters.
Oh yeah, you got 2 cell shaded and 2 gradient. Okay, that's good. Let's go. She looks like blonde Wonder Woman. I mean, she was kind of blonde Wonder Woman. Uh-oh. Too many people. Crap. And now we run into the problem that we always have. Too many players.
You're gonna have to exit out and start it over again.
This is Fortnite's fault, though, because you used to be able to play party sizes too large. See, this is why I stopped doing Fortnite, is because you can't do stuff anymore. Because if you have too many people, that's it. It's annoying. Sorry, Ghost Guy. I didn't want to kick you, but... I'll try to get you in next one. Yeah, they removed Team Rumble. Team Rumble was great because you could play with like so many people. You can't. That's why I don't play Fortnite very much, is because it was a community aspect of the channel, but you can't really do a lot with the community in this game.
Yeah, it's stupid.
He-Man looks so cool. Yay! Childhood dream fulfilled. Although I've played He-Man games before. Still, the best He-Man game I've ever played is fan-made. I played it on my birthday. So I was really looking forward to the, you know, arcade He-Man game based on Golden Axe that they were supposed to release in April, and we still haven't gotten a release date.
Wow.
I know. Very upsetting. No, we see the He-Man movie we're seeing this week. We haven't seen it yet, so please no spoilers, because I'm looking forward to seeing that movie. I've been dodging my California press friend because he's a huge He-Man fan and he wants to talk He-Man, but I haven't seen it. He'll spoil the whole movie for me in like 5 minutes. Based on the fact that people like the Rolling Stones and Kotaku and most activists seem to hate it, that means it's going to be a really fun movie. So
Yeah, I did see online where the Rolling Stones said it wasn't good, and then there was a lot of people responding like, oh, well, if you say it's not good, then, like, that's even more reason for me to want to see it now. And then, like, there were crazy people responding to that, and they were like, oh, look at all these bots saying that, oh, now I really want to see it because the Rolling Stones said not to. It's like, those aren't bots, they're actually real people. Like, most people don't like the Rolling Stone magazine. What? Or
well, I mean, Rolling
whatever
Stone.
it is.
Rolling Stone is compromised. Rolling Stone used to be a really fun magazine / website like 20
Or
years ago.
website, yeah, I meant to say
But these people, you know, this is why we needed to gatekeep better, because these people got into all of our hobbies and they now control them. And before they were like, oh, you're not inclusive, you're not letting us in. Now they're like, oh, well, we're not going to be inclusive and we're kicking you out because we don't agree with your opinion.
Right.
So
right.
it's kind of funny. We allowed these people into our hobbies and games, comic books, and, you know, films and stuff like that. And now we were the ones that let them in, but they're the ones kicking people and canceling people all the time. Because, you know, people don't agree with their opinion or their feelings get hurt, and they're just like, well, you're not allowed in this fandom anymore. And they do that all the time. So it's they're hypocrites.
Yeah, because they said, "Oh, we just want to be allowed to."
We like this too, and we want to hang out with you guys too, and we grew up with this, and then they end up controlling it and they kick you out.
Once they got in, then they were like, "Oh, actually, you guys are the ones who
You're
are
the toxic
outdated."
people. Yeah, you're the ones bad, so you
Like-
have to go. And it's like, but we let you in, and they're like, that was your mistake. That's like inviting a cockroach to your house to have a picnic, and then they bring all their cockroach fans, and you have to leave.
Right.
All the cockroaches come in. There's too many of them to kill, so they take over your house, and then you have to move. That's basically the best way to describe activists. They're cockroaches. They multiply, they take over things. And then when you try to stand up, they're like, oh, this person's bullying me. They're standing up for themselves.
Right.
Yeah.
They're standing up for themselves, exactly.
I told people years ago, you have to gatekeep better. You have to keep these people out. That's on you.
Right.
Everything that happened is because people are like, oh, we need to be more accepting and we need to allow people in our hobbies. It's like, you do that, you're not going to have a hobby anymore. But what do I know? Oh, wait, it happened, so I was right.
Yep, and now people finally understand the reason why people were gatekeeping to begin with.
No, because we knew that if you gatekeep and you keep it a fan-based thing, it'll remain a fan-based thing. But if you let people in who are not fans and they're pretending, they're going to eventually segue you out. And that's exactly what happens. And it's true. It doesn't matter if it hurts people's feelings. It's reality.
And
It's what happened.
Honestly, like, I don't even know if I'm allowed to say this, but if you really think about it, like, I don't know, it seems a little harsh, but, like, if you think about it, like, no, never mind. Maybe I shouldn't say this, but it's like,
It's not harsh if it's true.
a lot of the, this is my personal opinion, and I'm not that great of a gamer either, but if you notice how, like, the progressive, agenda took over the wholesome game thing today,
Yeah.
and it just shows that literally. And if you notice how, like, IGN and Kotaku and stuff, a lot of them can't actually get past the first level of a game.
Mm-hmm.
And the kind of games that they're making are, like, all cozy games. Like, here's a game where you just have feelings and you talk to people and you walk around and you tell people your feelings. And you there's no winning or losing. There's no score. There's no way to beat the game. You just have a fun experience. And these are the kind of games that they're making, no offense. Like, some people like cozy games, but if you notice, like, a lot of them, the only thing, what?
The
The only thing they can do, they can't actually play a lot of the hard games.
The biggest problem that I had with the cozy game thing is, like, every single thing that you were going into for Summer Game Fest, it had a transcript of telling you what to expect from the thing. Like, the reason why I stayed away from the 3 o'clock show is because I knew what it was going to be about. And I didn't want to do the Greenpeace thing because, they're eco-warriors or whatever. I don't support Greenpeace. I don't care about environmental games. I'm not going to showcase that. I went into cozy games thinking, okay, I'm going to get to, see what all kinds of cool cozy games there are. And it was entrapment, basically. I was very annoyed because it was like, there was no transparency. They should have told people, this is what cozy games, this is what it's going to be about. It's another 3 o'clock show. And I feel like they did that on purpose because they wanted people to watch. And then it was just like, wow, that's very dishonest.
Basically, what I was trying to say is a lot of these activists aren't real gamers.
Of course.
Even now. Because they're still trying to, like a cockroach hide out in the gaming area.
Mm-hmm.
And even the kind of games that they make and the kind of games they play are all easy games that, like, they're not hard. Like, they can't actually play, like, they're not actually real gamers. Like, they don't actually take on a challenge of any game.
Well, it's like the whole Kevin Smith thing. Kevin Smith said he was a huge He-Man fan. And the thing is, there's an interview, like, I kid you not, that's like 2 months. Or not 2 months. It's like 2 years before he started working on the show. And he says, I'm really honored to announce, that Hasbro or whoever has selected Mattel. Mattel has selected me to make a really cool bleeping awesome He-Man show, and I just want to go full transparency with you guys at this He-Man con, Masters Con, or whatever. I did not like the show growing up. And I'm going to need you guys to keep me honest. Because I want to make a show that's for you, the fans. What did he do? He lied and said, like 2 years later, that he grew up with the show and he loved it. It was a life dream for him to make the show. And he didn't make the show for the fans. He made the show for Hollywood. So, I mean, that was, you know, if there was a way to time travel and go back to that moment, I would clothesline Kevin Smith, like, right out of the time machine. Bam! Be like, liar! Liar! Because, you know, yeah.
Yeah, it's like...
Because you have to remember, those He-Man fans that were sitting there for that convention, those were people that, you know, grew up with the show, they're in their 40s and 50s, and they're there with their t-shirts, and they're there with their, like, action figures, and they're all hyped for a brand new He-Man cartoon, because the last one was in 2002. You know?
Yeah.
So it was a big deal. It was a big announcement. And then he lied to all their faces. And he made something that was completely just really butchered the character of He-Man. You know?
Yeah.
It was horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't have to lie. If he wanted to come right out... He didn't... Well, in the beginning, Sammy, he didn't lie. He said, I'm not a fan of this, but... I get the hype. He says, I was more of a Thundercats guy. And that's fine. You can say that. But you then can't go back and be like, I was always a fan. I used to watch this. He made up all these stories afterwards. You know, his favorite episodes. And yeah, of course he watched the show after he said he wasn't a fan. And you become a fan of something later. But you can't go and make up that you were a fan all along. That's disingenuous.
Yeah.
It's lying.
That would be like if I said I was a super fan of Sailor Moon since I was a little kid.
Yeah.
Which everyone knows is false, because I've always said on videos that I didn't watch the show, I didn't want to watch the show, and I have no intent of watching the show.
My He-Man Jeep. Yeah. That's the thing that I don't like. It's the lying. The lying really makes me angry.
I feel like the game activists that infiltrated gaming is like...
No, He-Man!
Is like the same as like if somebody went on, like, when they were an activist and they went on like Hell's Kitchen or something.
And said they could cook and they couldn't.
And they said they could
or they were a
cook,
fan
but
of
they
cooking.
couldn't.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they finally got their restaurant, they were like, oh, like, no offense, but like, this is how I feel about the Cozy Games show and stuff that the activists were making.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they were like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make a really cool, awesome dish for you, Gordon Ramsay, and they made a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. That's how I feel about the games at the Cozy Game Show. That's how I feel about them.
That's the perfect thing.
Because they aren't very good games, and they're not very fun to play, and they don't have any difficulty, and they're not quality. Mm-hmm. That's how I feel about their games.
Yeah, basically, tourists and activists are like somebody that says, I love food, and I went to culinary, and then you're like, okay, great, you're welcome to our cooking group, and then it's time for them to cook a meal, and they can only make like a PB&J or like maybe a scrambled egg, you know? And they said they went to culinary, they said they were a fan of this, they said they love this, and then afterwards, after they make the scrambled egg, they demand everybody in the kitchen has to make the same dish that they did because they can't make something else.
Yeah, and
that's what they do.
And everyone has to say that their PB&J is really good when it's not.
Right.
That's how I feel like we're forced to say. Like, and also their standards are lowered for them. Like, everybody else on Hell's Kitchen has to be able to make like beef bourguignon and all this stuff. But they, because they identify as certain things, all they have to do is make a PB&J sandwich. The standards are lowered for them.
Right, but you can see why gatekeeping is a good thing, though. Like, it keeps it fan-oriented. It keeps it between the creator and the fan. And then when you allow people that aren't fans, they change it.
Yeah, and that's what I hate.
It's a proven thing. It's not just my opinion. You just look at the last 7 or 8 years in the game industry. It's true.
If you really think about it, it is kind of like that, though, because Think about all of the games that are shown at like Future this whole week.
I missed Future Game Show. That was gonna be
Like,
fun.
if you think about it, there's quality games, and if we were all honest, there's games that aren't that good. Like, if you really think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's a complete difference between the indie person that made a game about just wandering around and talking to people in their town, and it's a game that maybe 3 people are going to play in the whole world. And, you know, maybe you know, like, I can't think of a really good game, but I would say maybe a game that seemed like it was really good that you played recently was the Ninja Gaiden game.
Well, that was by a AAA studio, though.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's that standard, and then there's the games that we saw, you know, by the indie developers. And some indie developers are actually good, though.
Yeah, but...
Like, Yacht Club Games and stuff. But some of them, no offense, but some of those games look pretty bad. Like, no offense.
Like, I feel like a lot of people were ambushed today. Like, about stuff, because, like, everybody knew that, okay, between 3 and, like, 5 o'clock or something... Between Greenpeace and that other stuff, it's expected what you're going to see. If you go there and you complain about it, you knew it was coming. But people that were there for family-friendly, wholesome entertainment, to be, like, basically lambasted by that stuff, I think people have a right to be upset because there was no transparency. They didn't tell you what it was going to be. They even have on their website that it was going to be family-friendly, cozy games. And it wasn't.
Right, it wasn't friendly for families.
It was genre targeted.
They definitely, they had a lot of stuff in there that would be family inappropriate.
So that's, I mean, I didn't even watch the whole show, but I'm just saying, like, I'm sure there were kids, and I'm sure there were other people that were going in, and parents and stuff that wanted to see, you know, cute little games and stuff, and here they, you know, they're just Trojan horse.
Yeah, not appropriate for kids.
Oh, no.
It's, like, appropriate for people that have no parental figures and are experimenting with doing raunchy stuff while they're in college. That would be the kind of age group that would be appropriate for those games. And if you think about it, they are targeting children because that one girl with the purple hair, her room that she was streaming from was definitely for a 3-year-old's playroom that her room looked like.
Yeah.
So they're literally, you know, what do you call the word? They're groomers.
Yeah. But basically, with that stuff, though, now I know that, okay, I can play cozy games, but I need to stay out of that community because that community is corrupted. Like, that is not, like, a safe space for, you know, families and all that stuff.
Explicit things in the games.
So, but I am happy that, you know, they have their own showcases now because then that stuff isn't in the main shows. And it doesn't belong in the main shows.
Yeah, I would never see the day where actually a game made by the company like Stellar Blade and stuff like that, or another game made by the same company that made Stellar Blade is actually, I find that it's actually more appropriate for families than what we saw in the Cozy Game showcase.
I wouldn't say that Stellar Blade's kind of raunchy.
It is, though. It is raunchy, but it's still more appropriate. It's still not as appropriate as Smolder. It's still more appropriate.
No, it's still in the same category that wouldn't be... That's a mature game. Mature games should be for mature audiences. I would have a problem if we had a kid. I wouldn't let them play Stellar Blade until they're like 16 or 18.
I prefer they play Stellar Blade than some of the other stuff that was shown.
And that's your opinion. But, you know, just because... I mean, Stellar Blade is popular and everything, but I would still say they gear toward their mature audience, which is their right. And that's where that game is supposed to be. But unless they throw a T rating on that, I don't see how they could.
No, they're both inappropriate, but I'm saying that it's less.
The lesser of two evils. Yeah. I see what you're saying.
But I'm saying that if you really want to use an extreme example,
I don't really like using extreme examples.
I do.
I know you do, because it's a debate thing.
Yeah.
Because you were in the debate team or whatever, debate class or whatever it was. I was not on the debate team, so. But yeah, the same problems that I have with those groups. Like they messed up He-Man for so long, and now hearing that they're upset by the He-Man movie, that makes me happy because it's like, really? So they might have made something that I'm actually going to be able to sit in the theater and just relax and laugh, or get lost in seeing Jared Leto turn into Skeletor. Like, apparently there's nothing left of Jared Leto's personality in Skeletor. Like, when you go to see the movie, how it's been described to me, Skeletor is Skeletor. Like, he's just completely enveloped into him. Like, whoop. Like, the person who's getting praised for the performance is not necessarily Jared Leto. It's Skeletor, because he brings Skeletor to life in a way that live action has never seen. He's funny, but he's also menacing. He's hilarious, but he's also dangerous. And that's how Skeletor is.
Yeah, he really is evil.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's totes evil. Yeah.
Well, what I find what I'm angry about is, like, there was a community of family-friendly games and gamers, and they were taken off the internet. All the games and all the family-friendly channels that played them were literally destroyed by the Empire.
Destroyed by Kappa.
Kappa took every family-friendly channel that was made by moms and dads and their kids and said that it was inappropriate. And now you have these people that identify as all kinds of weird stuff. Like, and now they're filling in that space, and now they're the wholesome gamers, when all of the moms and dads and kids were said to be inappropriate. It was inappropriate to have your children on the video. You're moving the goalposts there a little bit. So what happened to family-friendly channels was not because of game activists. What happened? No. What happened? No. What happened to family-friendly channels was YouTube, in their infinite wisdom, threw everybody under the bus to get away from something that they got their hand caught in the cookie jar. And so instead of making it so that things would be appropriate for everyone and be like, okay, we need to change up our rules a little bit and make sure that we're not targeting blah, blah, blah. They're like, this group of channels is working with kids and families. We think that might be a problem, so we're going after this group. Yeah, but why? Okay, fine. I'll take whatever. I know that, but I'm saying
there is no but. That's why it happened.
I'm saying, but why now are all these progressive people that do ASMR videos with their cozy games about witches and about finding yourself and everything like this today? Why are they not deemed family? Why is Kappa say they're fine? Why can I do like a channel if I wanted to? I could do a channel identify as a tree, and then I could make a channel in which I'm a witch, and I could do tarot card readings, and then after that I do all these witchy games, and I'm targeting children to watch my videos and get them into witchcraft, and that's completely fine. Kappa doesn't have any problem with that. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, is that all of the family-friendly channels were taken off, and now very bad influences are coming in to the, like, cozy game space.
Okay, hold up.
And now, literally, there's nobody there to counteract them because they took out all the families.
Okay, you're missing. You're saying that you want to know the reason why Kappa can't go after. I have the floor.
I do.
Okay.
I do want to know the reason.
Because their content is inappropriate, they wear inappropriate costumes, and hence their audience is deemed adults. Even though they're targeting children, you would have to prove that in a court of law with the FTC. What the FTC would see is people being degenerates, playing, cutesy games.
But they are targeting children.
Right. You and I know that. But what the FTC sees is somebody wearing outlandish costume and, really inappropriate stuff, playing these games, and they're allowing it because they're seeing the audience that, is watching them as adults.
Yeah, but that's not fair because
life isn't fair.
A lot of the audience that's watching them were kids.
But life isn't fair. That's why. But the reason why they get away with it is because they're deemed as adult content. That's why.
So it's okay to show smut and filth to children, but it's not okay to show wholesome content to children. Got it.
Yep. That's
Wow.
how the law works right now.
That's not a good law.
Well, you're welcome when Congress reconvenes for COPPA. You go there and you do your thing.
That would be like if you just made a He-Man cartoon and you added more cleavage on all of the characters, and then you were like, oh, well, now all of them have lots of cleavage, so there's no way that kids are going to be watching this. When in reality, you know that the kids are still watching it. Now they're watching smut. They're still watching the cartoon. It's just that now they're watching stuff with lots of cleavage.
Okay, dial it back.
I'm just saying that
Activists don't allow women to look like women in cartoons. So that's
Then
another.
You could show them doing something else. You could have something else inappropriate. Like you could show that Skeletor is really the good guy, and try to like make them.
Well, I mean, from a certain perspective, Skeletor has done some good things.
But I'm just saying that they are
80s Skeletor.
They are influencing kids in a bad way.
Of course they are, but your argument is invalid because I've already told you they've already passed the FTC because the FTC knows they have adult content. They're not.
But the adults aren't watching them.
Doesn't matter though. They're not legally targeting kids,
No,
just
they're
like we
they're
target
stupid.
general audience.
They're dumb. Like the FTC doesn't know what they're not very wise.
But I mean, you have to remember too, the FTC is actually kind of blameless in all this because this all is YouTube's fault. This is all YouTube and Twitch's fault. The FTC is just going by the rule book, seeing what they see and being like, okay. And they weren't the ones that were being really bad either. Like the ones that were being really bad and just like going on a witch hunt was YouTube. The FTC told YouTube they didn't need to respond that way after the
Right.
lawsuit. YouTube was the one that went all psychopath and was like, oh my gosh, everything that has a minor in it, everything that has a cartoon character is now bad. But the FTC never said that.
I just find it interesting that there even needs to be a showcase for wholesome games when literally years ago tons of games were wholesome. Mario, Skylanders, Disney Infinity. There was tons of wholesome games, and now
I hate to tell you this,
there
but
isn't
wholesome.
any
Oops.
wholesome games anymore because no content creator can cover them.
No, you can cover them. Just stay away from that community. It's like there's communities in Street Fighter that are full of like furries and stuff. You just have to stay away from it.
No, I'm not talking about the community. I mean, you can't cover the games because they'll label your channel for KIDS.
No, they won't.
Yes, they will. They try to do that to a lot of people.
No, that doesn't exist anymore. And also, it won't matter for us because we already went through the courts with the FTC. It's already
But
done.
if you try,
I don't care what happens to other
if
channels.
if-
My channel's fine.
If you meet a friend who has an idea for a wholesome channel
Uh huh.
tomorrow, and he starts making videos for it, they're gonna label him for KIDS.
Depends how he dressed. I mean, if you wanted to, you could go and flag so many, content creators that do cozy stuff because they are targeting kids.
That's what I'm saying.
But if you,
Even the one-
excuse me,
That's what I'm saying.
excuse
Why
me,
are they allowed to do it?
excuse me,
And all those other people were taken off the
excuse
internet.
me. If you go and you false flag somebody because you don't like them, that's what the left does. No, listen to
I'm
me.
not talking about I don't like.
I'm speaking.
Yeah.
If you go and you do a similar tactic that you don't like somebody and you don't want them on the platform, you are no different than them.
It's not about not liking them. I'm talking about people that I have no problem with that literally don't say anything. I'm not just talking about content that's inappropriate. I'm talking about there are lots of cozy gamers now that are
No, but
totally-
you just said you want the FTC to go after them.
Yeah,
What
I
I'm
do because it's not fair.
Right,
Because all the
but it
other,
isn't.
because all the other channels were taken down.
Mm-hmm.
Then why do new channels get to do cozy content?
Because
That's not fair.
Because life isn't fair.
Because all my videos were flagged from years ago. Why do new people get? Then nobody should be able to allowed to do cozy content ever again, because it's not fair.
But life isn't fair.
No, it should be fair because they should flag all of them.
Yeah, but you
Literally-
can't. Again, you can't use the word flag because somebody's going to interpret that you're going to go flag cozy gamers.
I never said I was going to.
Right.
I'm
So
saying
you need to be quiet
that-
and you need to stop using the word
I'm
flag.
saying that is I haven't flagged anyone in my life. Why
Okay.
would I do that?
Stop bringing it up.
I'm saying that It is not fair.
Right, and
That
my
literally-
counter argument is life isn't fair.
I'm saying that all of our friends that we knew that did family-friendly content, a ton of them got their channels taken down, and now, randomly, everybody is doing cozy games now, and they don't get flagged and taken down, and that is not fair.
Because YouTube knows that their content is not 4K IDS based
No,
on
their content looks like it's for kids to me.
Hmm.
They're playing Disney Dreamlight Valley every day, and Minecraft, and Roblox. They are doing kids content, literally.
Okay, stop saying that word. You're gonna get my channel looked at again.
Okay, I'm done.
Thank you.
I'm done. I'm just saying it's not fair.
Right, but life isn't fair.
I know. It's not fair at all.
It's not fair, it doesn't make sense, but rules are rules. I will use Grady at He-Man in a little bit. And also, Amber, you need to remember to take your medicine. It's past 9 o'clock now. Right, but it doesn't work that way. And since then, the FTC has done different regulations to try to help gamers, but it's still not perfect. And there are predatory people in the cozy space. Of course there is. But you have to, one, prove it. And two, you know, someone actually has to take action against them. And if they share the same political and ideology beliefs, no one's going to do anything. It's all a clubhouse. They only go after conservatives. They only go after Christians. That's what they do. So, in order to be better than them, you can't have the same mindset as them. Because that's what they do. Their playbook is to harass people, complain and get sponsorships removed, do online smear campaigns, and if they can't cancel you, they swat you. That's why their side is bad. That's what they do. They have 5 main points that they do as a community. And if they cannot cancel you, then they try to you. And then, when you seek, like, criminal action or whatever, they cry and they play victim and they say that they didn't do anything or it was just online. And they try to villainize you when they did villainous acts. So, it's just how it is. I can invite you, Game Wing. That's fine. It might take a while, though. But again, counter-argument. Life isn't fair. So, that's how it works. We've been shadow banned for 6 or 7 years now. It's never going to change. That's just how it is. Oh, wait, I have no weapon. That's a bad idea. Ah, what the heck. Wait, how is he not getting hurt when I was smashing him with the... Die! Blast you! Ah, it didn't work. Let's move to Mars. Yeah, I feel bad for Amber, but she just doesn't understand. You know? I try to explain it to her, but she just doesn't get it. Like, but it is technically, you know, people who do inappropriate things shouldn't be in the cozy space anyway, though, because that falls under a whole nother type of community guidelines. But the problem is, these American companies, they don't enforce all the laws. Like, I'll just be real clear with you guys. What's going on with this VTuber and Sega? Did you know with Sega's terms of service, with their contract that you signed to be an influencer or whatever, in their section for, like, things that you're not allowed to do, you're not allowed to speak about religion, your personal religion. You're not allowed to speak about politics. You're not allowed to speak about your gender ideology or any type of agenda other than just playing the Sega games. So technically, there are thousands of people that should immediately, snap of a finger, be plucked right out of Sega's little clubhouse of influencers because they are in violation Okay? They're in violation of the terms of service. Legally, they are. Because they can't stop talking about their gender ideology or their beliefs or their political opinion. They're in violation. The problem is, Sega doesn't care because Sega adheres to their same beliefs in politics. Now, you can get Sega of Japan involved, but if Sega in Japan comes in, they're going to shut the whole Sega of America branch down. Because Sega would be royally pissed. And Sega, like most Japanese companies, they don't like Americans and foreigners right now. So basically tattling on everybody for, breaking terms of service is just going to unleash the dragon that is Japan, and then everybody's going to be screwed. But yes, they do not pick favorites. Or they do pick favorites. But they've done that for years. So I feel horrible about that VTuber or whoever keeps getting kicked out of these, things, but that's what it is. There's nothing you can do about it. That's why I've told people, if you're cool with talking about your religion, your political beliefs, or whatever, there are repercussions for that if you are not of the progressive ideology. So, either don't have any sponsorships and say whatever you want, like I do, or there's repercussions for you being a part of that clubhouse. Because somebody eventually is going to rat you out. It's just what it is. It goes with the territory. Aww, Lola Bunny. I'm doing one more with Skeletor, and then we're going to bring in She-Ra. You don't like the word influencer, but it's true, though. But there are thousands of creators in America that are, literally guilty of breaking every single one of Sega's terms of service, but they're not going to go after them. Because they only go after certain people. It's not fair, of course, but it doesn't matter. Eventually what's going to happen, though, is I guarantee you, if Sega of America keeps ticking off Japan, because Japan's really strict, foreigner policy right now, they'll do exactly what Square did, and they'll shut Sega of America down. Just like Square shut down, 400 or 500 employees in America, just like the last, 6 weeks. Nice Green Ranger skin. I don't really see people playing Power Rangers very much anymore. Did you take your medicine? Oh, we lost a lot of friends' channels during the Kappa years, and they didn't do anything wrong. But it's YouTube was looking for a scapegoat. And they targeted family-friendly channels, and that was it. There's nothing you could do, because it's 1,000 people versus a corporation. Of course you're going to lose. We almost lost, too. We had to get legal stuff involved, and, they had to comb through thousands of our videos to approve us as even content creators anymore. It was horrible. But, the smart ones, they sought legal counsel, and they fought to keep their business alive like we did. And the ones who tried to trust the system, YouTube gave them 3 copyright strikes, and that was it. So, the person who's diligent and learns what their enemy is about and studies them and whatever, you survive. But you also become very cynical. I'm not a nice person anymore, but I've been through a lot that, I'm always on guard. I'm always watching certain people and groups because I don't trust them. Yeah. And also, with what happened to that VTuber, I'm proven right every single time because that's what they do. In a sense, they're kind of like taddlers. They're like the people in school who used to, what was that word that we used to use? It wasn't tattle. Rat. They rat on other people. They go to the teacher and they're like, this person did this. That's what they do. Or, as they say in some other communities, they're snitches. Not many people like snitches, though. Am I still wearing the CGI one? Yes, I am. I paid good money, so I just want to run around a Skeletor a little bit. We don't even have any cool Eternia vehicles to use. You hate those types of kids in school? Well, a lot of them are on the internet, so... And the thing is, they're parading, or, like, patting themselves on the back for, like, harassing this girl. Now, do I agree with everything this girl said? No. But she has freedom of speech. She's in America. She's allowed to say the thing. And like I said, I looked over for fun Sega's Terms of Service today to see, like, what actually is violation. Violation, gender ideology discussions, religious discussions, politic discussions. You can't do any of that. If you're, you know, a Sega influencer, you have to just talk about Sega stuff. You're playing the Yakuza game, you could only mention what's happening in the game. Playing a Sonic game, can only talk about what's happening in front of you in the game. They have a very strict policy, just like Nintendo's influencer program. Although Nintendo was more strict. Nintendo didn't allow any criticism. At least Sega allows you to criticize their games. But if you look at the legal language, like, you could literally hold, if you wanted to, you could go after thousands of cozy content creators that work with Sega and get them all fired because you have to hold them to the same standard. Because they're all in violation, because all they do is they talk about their politics, their gender fluid, whatever. You're not allowed to do that. And don't shoot the messenger. It's in their own contract. It's written there in blood. I mean ink. It's a fine print. Things that you cannot do, cannot say, cannot talk about while you're showcasing Sega products. You cannot do it. So, I mean, you know, they're all guilty of it. But as I said before, good luck getting Sega America to care because they're in the same, like, you know, clubhouse as all those other people. They're going to do whatever they want. You can rat them out to Sega of Japan, but if you do that, know that there's going to be repercussions for everybody. So it's like, how much do you hate these people to, you know, try to get a W on them? But in the long run, all you're going to do is, like, really tick off Sega of Japan, and then they're just going to shut down the influencer program anyway. So it's like, what do you want to do? You want to fight back and have it ruined for everybody? Or you just want to let it go? That's something you have to ask yourself. Is it worth ruining it for thousands of people to try to, you know, get justice for one? You know? I say it is. I mean, you know, I'm more of a purging fire is necessary, burn it all to the ground type of thing. If I'm not allowed in it, heck, I tried to take down the Nintendo program. You know? And in a way I succeeded, but I still don't feel good about it. Because the people who replaced us, they were bad, and, you know, I could have told Nintendo because I knew they were bad influencers. But I just kept my mouth shut and just kind of sat there with my hands folded behind my head and watched the fireworks. Like, they destroyed the brand ambassador program, you know, like I knew they would, because that's the type of people they are. You can tell how a person is based on their character. They don't change. So the people that they invited in, I mean, that's their own fault. But I knew that they were, you know, bad content creators. I just didn't say anything.
Are you playing as toy Skeletor or cartoon?
This is CGI Skeletor. Did you take your medicine?
Yeah.
Alright, cool. And then I'm going to play as She-Ra, and then I've got to get to the Gundam game. I'm just trying to get my money's worth.
I wish that they had Team Rumble again.
I mean, they're just going to do that, though. There's nothing you can do about it. Like I said, if you want to take a playbook, like a page from their playbook, and complain and get Sega of Japan involved, because remember, Japan right now does not like foreigners. They don't like foreign YouTubers. They don't like foreign VTubers. They don't like foreigners in general because foreigners are causing problems in Japan. If you get the parent company involved, because Sega of America is not Sega. Okay? They're like a very small branch of the Sega company. They're just like community managers with too much power and ego. They're not really, but they are Sega representatives. So if you wanted to get like the community manager in trouble and all these other people, you know, for gunning after this VTuber or whatever, you could. But I'm saying what you'll do is you'll unleash Sega of Japan on Sega of America, and Sega America is going to go bye-bye.
Yeah, they'll probably just take down the whole department.
They'll just shut it all down because...
Which honestly isn't a bad idea.
Because, I mean, Sega of America's kind of rogue anyway. They've been rogue for a while. Their Discord is one of the most toxic Discords ever. Like, it's really bad. There's constant witch hunts and all kinds of stuff. It's terrible. But, like I said, it's up to you guys. If you want to get Sega of Japan involved, because they don't really like it when they have their Sega character doing all this stuff. Like, they let it slide a little bit because Sega of America lies to them and says, oh, everybody's okay with this and gamers like this kind of stuff. They're like the devil, the shoulder devil whispering in the ears of Sega. But Sega knows better now, as do most Japanese companies, because they've been talking about the evils of globalization and all kinds of stuff at different conferences. And even Square was fed up and they fired half of their employees in America because, they blame them for the failure of Final Fantasy Rebirth, which is probably true. So if you want to be a tattler and get Sega of Japan involved, I mean, that's on you. But I'm telling you what's going to happen is not going to be what you expect. They'll get more than a few thousand, content creators the boot. They'll just shut the whole program down, and then nobody will be an influencer. And then they'll probably look at all the things that Sega of America's been doing, especially in June, and they'll shut that down permanently too. So then you'll cost all those people their jobs. You just have to ask yourself, is that type of thing worth it or not?
But aren't most of the content creators that work for Sega in America corrupt anyways?
It's half and half. There are some good people, they've got their heads down, and there's some, yeah. But I'm saying they all void the terms of service.
But the fact that you have to have your head down, you can't even be yourself, it's kind of a bad thing anyway. And
but being a Sega influencer is the same as being a Nintendo brand ambassador. You're not allowed to talk about certain things.
Yeah, but if they shut the program down, those people would still be influencers. They just wouldn't get the games from Sega.
I mean, you don't really need companies to give you stuff,
Yeah,
but at the same time,
just buy the games themselves. So
it does hurt people though, because when you get access to stuff early, you get the game early and you can showcase things. But there's ways to get the game early anyway.
Skin off my nose. I'm not an.
Oh, I personally don't care what happens.
I don't care what happens to them
if Sega of Japan gets involved,
the fact that we've covered like
whatever.
so many Sega games and we're not in the program, why should I care?
Oh no, we got witch hunted out of the program like 4 or 5 years ago. I didn't even know we were Sega like ambassadors, but one of those people found it and they complained to Sega, and then Sega contacted us, wrote an email. It's actually happened to a lot of our content creator friends over the years. Like, I didn't even know we were part of their program like 5 or 6 years ago because we were receiving games from them. We were drafted in, grandfathered in their program. Because what happened is their press program turned into their ambassador or Sega thingy or what, I forget what it was called. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, but it's like, why should I care if nobody cared to help me keep... Why should I care if... Why should I try to help other people that I don't know and don't care about me? To stay in a influencer program when they didn't lift a finger to help me from being kicked out of the program. So why should I help them? It doesn't make any sense. Like, they're not my grandma, they're not my mom. Why would I help them?
Oh, I really don't care what happens.
I
Like,
wouldn't help them. They've never done anything nice for me.
Most of these brand ambassador programs, like, I really want to see the WB program just go poof. Because, for one, I hate most of the content creators involved with that. They've said nothing but bad stuff about me for years behind my back.
Yeah,
the community manager is corrupt. Yeah. So, if that program disappeared in a blink of an eye, I would, like, drink wine. It would be funny. Because I hate that program.
I would be so happy to see the Warner Brothers program dead. Because, yeah, there's so many...
But I think, personally, that a lot of these influencer programs... Like, they're all smoke and mirrors anyway because, like, when you're given perks to go on these trips to do things and get early access and you get these plane tickets, it's very hard for you to be honest with your scoring and things like that because you were given a perk.
And when you are honest, sometimes
you're not invited again.
Next time they don't invite you.
Yep.
So they're like, oh, we just want to fly you down to LA and pay for your hotel for 3 days and send you to this exclusive thing and give you all this free merch and give you the game early and give you all these exclusive B-roll footage to show off the game to your audience. But you can be completely honest with the game. You can completely just tell your audience what you think. And then you're just like, oh, okay, so I should be honest, right? It's like, oh, yeah, be honest. And then you're like, okay, thanks for the trip to LA and the B-roll footage and the early access and all these developer exclusive interviews. Oh, thanks.
By the way,
okay,
your game sucks.
By the way, like, I really didn't like your game very much, but thank you for the nice trip.
Yep.
And it's like, oh, okay, well, actually, that was your one. And not only are you out of the... It's not like, oh, we're not gonna... I really feel like it's kind of like a... Like, these influencer programs, I feel like are almost like a mafia initiation thing, where it's like, this was your chance. Are you gonna do the right thing and say their game was great or not? Because you don't get a second chance. They're not gonna just, like, say your channel's been growing to like 300,000 subscribers for years, and no one has invited you anywhere. And now one channel reaches out to you, like Bethesda or somebody, I don't know. And then they reach out to you, and then they send you on this trip. And you get all these exclusive behind the scenes look, and you get to show your audience this. It's not like, oh, I didn't really like this particular game, but maybe next year or in 2 years you'll send me again. No, they will never send you again. Once you burn them, they're really mad at you. They're like, it's like that Dusty Dinkelman guy, like, but I wrote you that song, and, you know, you didn't...
Nobody knows that reference anymore, Amber. That movie is so old.
Basically, they're like a teenager that is angry at a girl that didn't do something for him after he paid for dinner. That's what they're like. They're like, oh, but I paid for your dinner. I paid for your hotel. And you were supposed to... They tell you you're supposed to be honest, but in reality, it's a test on your relationship with them in the future. And if you even burn these companies one time, they will never work with you again. Mm-hmm. Even if their game sucks. Even if their game is bad.
The only way that you can be a truth cowboy and get whatever you want, say good things or bad things about the game, is you need to have a massive following like someone like Asmongold or someone like Max.
Or if you work as a game journalist.
No, game journalists lose stuff all the time. The publications I worked for, like my boss, my CEO, ticked off a lot of Japanese developers.
Oh,
they
didn't send
No. We didn't get a lot of Japanese games. We got a lot of Western stuff. Like he said some very rude things about Japanese people on the radio several times. And when I remember, I was at a event in New York City. And we were there under the Got Game ticket, and I recognized one of the developers there. Like, Namco hated my boss. So when you and I were there, even though we were there for Got Game, we told them we were there for our YouTube channel, because I knew if I flashed the Got Game, like, credentials, we weren't going to get in. So I used our YouTube channel to get us in.
Oh.
Because I knew that there was no way that we were going to have access to that Power Rangers thing. I knew it, because old Bossy said some pretty non-flattering things about Japanese game developers, because what was happening is there was a fad going around back then where I forget what publication did it, but they said something about, it might have been during that whole EGA thing, and my boss said something nasty about the Castlevania developer and Namco. And it got back to them, and basically our company got blacklisted, obviously, because you can't do that kind of stuff, right? So when you and I went to that Power Rangers event, we went under our channel, which made sense. Because, there's certain things even press can't get away with. And, specifically, usually, I mean, if you're rude with Japanese people, that's it. And the funny thing is, like, I'm just saying, most of these Sega influencers and stuff, they say terrible things about Japanese anime and Japan in general, because of Japan pushing back on, like, what do they call it? Immigrants and stuff. Right. So all you would have to do is screenshot any one of those cozy streamers, like, saying anything political, and then you would at Sega and then at them with their terms of service agreement and show them that they're in violation. Because they are in violation, because also they're talking bad about Japanese people and all this other stuff. But again, they're part of that clubhouse, so it's like good luck getting that to stick, because they're all in the same thing. It's very hard to rock the boat when everybody is doing the same stuff.
Oh no, it's like,
very hard. I like this one
In
better.
general, I know that I'm not as skilled as you to play like some of the games that you do first player on. And I like doing the cozy games, but it is kind of like mind numbing to play them all the time. Like, I do get super bored of just picking up sticks in like cozy games and like building things and, you know, harvesting and I get it. Like, I don't think I could just do cozy games all the time. Like, because a lot of cozy games is like stuff that puts you to sleep. Like, except for Harvest Moon, It's a Wonderful Life was like the cozy games we had a long time ago. Even Animal Crossing, like, they're much higher quality. Like, the cozy games they're making today. Oh, and
Honey, I'm always going to be looking at my
I
chat.
know, but I was half talking to you, so
I know, but I'm
I
listening
was
to you.
just saying that the cozy games they're making today kind of, they don't have that quality of even Animal Crossing is a little bit mind numbing for me.
Mm-hmm.
But like, even the cozy games of today are worse than that.
Well, because they're made by people who aren't gamers. Like, they don't...
Like, I've played several of them, and the only one I actually liked was the Freedom Games one with the Cat Cafe, because there was humor in it and a story.
Yeah, I was surprised that we didn't see Freedom Games at the Southeast... because they're located in the Philippines, so I thought Freedom Games, or whatever their company was called now, would have a very prominent role there, but they weren't there.
But, like, if you really think about it, I mean, I'm not trying to be rude, but, like, that game where you just climb a mountain, no offense, but, like, I get it, like, oh, this is interesting experience, but, like, imagine paying, like, $30 for that game and all you do is climb the mountain. Like, I don't know, it's just, it just seems so dumb.
These people aren't gamers because for them, you know, games is something that they use as an outlet, and it's all about the community that they get from being a gamer, but they don't like playing real games. Anything that has death in it, anything that has a challenge in it, anything that has puzzles, anything that has, like, any type of thinking whatsoever, anything that challenges their beliefs or opinions, they hate all of that. So in reality, most activists hate gaming because gaming is the opposite of everything that they like.
And that's why they've gravitated towards the cozy game space. But in reality, I never remember there even being, like, this term cozy game wasn't even a thing a long time ago.
Sure was.
Well, there was Harvest Moon, but that game was actually good.
That was part of the cozy genre, though. Cozy genre has been around for 30 years. The name...
Yeah, but Harvest Moon actually has a challenge to it. Like, you have
Story
to...
of Seasons. I'm getting triggered here.
Story of Seasons.
Story of Seasons is Harvest Moon.
But, I mean, your crops can die, your animals can die, you can run out of money. Like, there's actually a challenge to it.
Like, you know the whole story behind Story of Seasons, right? Like,
I know that the company that made it is... the real people that made Story of Seasons, It's a Wonderful Life. They are the original people that made Harvest Moon, It's a Wonderful Life.
No. The original people who created Harvest Moon was Marvelous. And Natsume is the publisher that owned the rights to the name. But the engine and everything that makes Harvest Moon what it is Story of Seasons. So when those developers split off and made their own thing, you know, that is the Harvest Moon team. Like, they're the ones who created the concept, they're the ones who created the game, all the stuff.
My version of a cozy game is a real-time strategy game.
Real-time strategy is not cozy, that's RTS. Real-time strategy.
That's what I think of when I think of cozy, because that's cozy to me.
That's part of the strategy genre.
Well, that's what I like.
No, that's not.
Oh, I'm sorry, we missed your super chats. He had 2 of them.
Sorry about that. I didn't get a notification.
The first one says, "Are you still something with Supergirl? I am still supporting it."
I mean, that's up to you. I am probably still not seeing Supergirl. I am seeing... We don't have a lot of money, so we're seeing He-Man and Spider-Man. Those are our summer movies.
And he super chatted the same thing again. He wrote,
Okay.
"Supergirl, I guess you're not a massive fan of James Gunn is doing with it. But that means with his DCU, that means we need Snyder back, says Yule.
Snyder's never going to be welcome back.
I think
so.
Snyder is just troll. I would welcome him back, but I don't think
Snyder's trying to do the thing where you bother the parent company to try to get them to get the other people in trouble. That's all he's doing. Like, whenever Snyder posts stuff with his pictures and he breaks the internet, he's telling Paramount and WB that he's here and he's willing to work. But also, you have to remember that Snyder is a guy who doesn't really have a lot of successful work outside of Warner Brothers. And I hate to be the guy to tell you this, but he hasn't had a theatrical film in 9 years now. And his last big film was on Netflix. Okay? It was a streaming movie. He has not made a theatrical movie in some time. He still trends, and he still has a lot of star power, and he's a great director, but he doesn't have... Hollywood expects numbers in order to hire a director. They can't bring him back to DC right now because all he has to brag about is streaming numbers, and even some of his streaming projects outside of DC failed. Okay? Regardless if you liked, what was it called? Rebel Moon, or I don't know, Rogue Moon? I don't even know what it was called.
I think it was called Rebel Moon.
Was it Rebel Moon? That Star Wars thing he made? Whatever. It didn't succeed for Netflix. It cost him and Netflix money. You know? And as I said, Hollywood expects results. So, money talks. The only way that Snyder is going to be able to do stuff is Snyder has to, produce something that his fans are actually going to support. And his rabid fan base that's very, very big, all they talk about is restore the Snyderverse. Like, but when he actually releases a movie, these millions of people that are always trending the Snyderverse and talking about this, they don't go support his stuff.
Yeah, they're like... It kind of reminds me of our older fans that all they want to do is they scream at us like, why aren't you playing Disney Infinity anymore? And they just scream that over and over again, but they don't support any of our current stuff.
Yep.
And that's exactly how Snyder's fans are. They don't help him with reality, which is he needs to make a good movie so that he can actually get work back with WB, possibly, but they won't help him with that, so they're really just shooting him in the foot and themselves in the foot.
Yeah, basically anti-Snyder fans are always laughing at Snyder and his fan base because Snyder's a very, very brilliant person and he's a great director. He's one of the best directors of our time. The problem is his own fans, who he has, like, made them love, and all the time, like, the Snyderverse stuff trends on the internet more than James Gunn's Superman. Whether it's Man of Steel, BVS, whatever. Snyder's cinematic universe always trends and breaks the internet when people... I see it all the time. People always talking about, what Batman did you prefer, Ben Affleck or Pattinson? Ben Affleck wins like in a landslide.
Right.
What Superman do you like more, Henry Cavill or David Cornsweet? Henry bodies David. So, I mean, even though they win all these internet polls and they do all this other stuff and the fans are very excited about whatever, they didn't support all of Snyder's, like, little things, which would have helped him tremendously on Netflix. And maybe when the whole Paramount thing happened, he could have been like, hey, look, I've got, all these numbers over on Netflix. Why don't I do what Tyrone, what's his name? The 8 million subscribers. Woo, that guy.
I think that guy's name is Tyrone.
I think, yeah, Tyrone Magnus, I think.
Yeah.
Is it Magnus or Magus?
Magnus?
I don't know. I've never collabed with him. I think he's a nice guy and everything, but I've never really done much with him. But, like, he has a good idea that it's great on paper, but how would you execute it? He wants the Snyderverse and the James Gunn universe to be operating simultaneously on different platforms. And he thinks that would be a big moneymaker, and, Marvel's not really doing that. And whatever, I think that's a good concept on paper, but how are you going to get the fans of the Snyderverse to actually support it on other platforms? They're expecting theatrical releases.
But the truth is, like, that... Like, if Warner Brothers was smart, they would know that maybe the fans are morons and aren't watching Snyder's other things, but they probably would watch if he directed another DC film. Like, they'd probably show up.
Maybe. But, I mean, James Gunn hasn't really so far had very impressive numbers for his films either, and he's saying, oh, yeah, I'm doing great numbers, but Snyder sold more.
DC fans are very hard to please.
But yeah, DC fans, at the same time, you know, Snyder's fans really should have supported his work, because then, you know, when Paramount did stuff, like I said, he could have been like, hey, I'm doing all these numbers on Netflix. You want me to come and make something for your streaming site?
I feel like Marvel fans aren't as picky as DC fans.
No, they watch anything.
Like, Marvel fans is just
No
like,
offense.
if it has the characters they like in it, even if the plot is bad of the movie, and you tell them that, like, this has happened for so many times when I talk to other people about movies that happened, and I'll tell people my problem with the plot of a Marvel movie, and they'll explain to me how every single decision of that plot was perfect, and there was no flaws in it at all, and it was perfectly okay, and there was no problem with the plot, even if the plot was terrible, because they just explain it away. They just explain it every time. Even if they write a bad movie and it has Spider-Man, it has Iron Man in it, they don't care if the movie was bad. They just wanted, they wanted to see Iron Man and Spider-Man jumping around. They don't care what they do. They don't care what happens. As long as their characters are in the movie, Marvel fans will watch it.
I made a horrible mistake.
That's honestly what I honestly believe, and I don't think I'm wrong on this. Like, they just pick the characters. It's like a Marvel... It's almost like Marvel films are written by AI, because
I thought that was
they just
funny.
pick the characters they want in the movie, and then as long as they look cool in the movie, it doesn't matter if the movie is good. They just... Marvel fans always say it's good, but you notice, like, DC fans, like, even if they get all their characters in the movie, and they get a cool cast, and they get really awesome music and stuff, there's one thing wrong with the plot, like, that didn't make sense, and so DC fans get super divided on it, and they get angry, and then they become haters very easily. Like, they literally, DC fans can never be happy.
Oh wait, well there's one.
Pleased.
The Marvel fandom is at war with each other, though. You're forgetting one. Most of the people, they basically have MCU fatigue. Like, nobody really liked MCU Phase 5. Nobody liked She-Hulk. Nobody liked most of the movies that came out in Phase 5. So Marvel went through their own... You know how DC went DC and Snyderverse? So the MCU fans were, like, really big MCU fans up until Endgame, and then there was a huge divide, and that divide is still happening. And what Disney is hoping is that Avengers Doomsday and Spider-Man will kind of, you know, mend the divide, because they're aware of it. Because what they want to do is they want to keep pushing content that, even though it's not very good, they need people to watch their stuff on Disney Plus, which they're not. Most of the MCU things that have released on Disney Plus have all flopped. They've been ratings disasters, they've cost Disney money, and Disney is aware of it, which is why they're not asking back certain actors, and actresses go and they say things, you know, oh, it's the fans' fault that She-Hulk isn't coming back and things like that, and no, it's because your show failed. You know, but they like to blame toxic MCU fans and stuff like that, and so there's a division. Like, so they're... Marvel fans are going through what DC fans went through in 2016, because as soon as BVS came out, that's where the division happened, because, you know, people were not okay with Batman, you know, basically murdering people or manslaughter or whatever. Plus, not everybody liked the direction of the movie, and everybody loved Wonder Woman. Most people liked Ben Affleck as Batman. They just didn't like him going around being murder Batman. And they did not like that Superman died. One of the core reasons why the DC universe failed is because of BVS's decision to kill Superman. It was way too soon.
Yeah, I did remember a lot of people didn't like BVS, and I said that I liked it because I thought it was a cool movie, and then I believed that, like, there would be other movies in which, you know, you'd see a Batman movie where he'd be on his own, and I thought they were going to do... I assumed that he was going to bring Superman. Personally, I had heard that, you know... I don't know who I heard this from, but maybe you, Luke, or other people, but I thought that his plan was going to bring Superman back from the dead.
Well, yeah, of course he was planning on bringing Superman to the dead. He showed the grave pebbles raising from the ground.
So...
That was always the plan.
It didn't really bother me that Superman died, since I thought he was going to be raised back, so it didn't really faze me. Like, I didn't You know, I just liked the movie, but yeah, I agree. I think they should have had a standalone Batman movie before BVS.
No, they shouldn't have brought Batman in yet. It should have been Superman 2. I disagree. They should have done, they did a very bleak and kind of Batman-like Man of Steel movie. You could have teased Batman at the end of the second Superman movie and then still got away with, okay, for the first time ever, Batman and Superman are going to fight in the movie. But because what happened with the second movie, which I think that BVS Ultimate Edition is amazing. It was a great movie. We had it. It's gone now. But it was really good because it gave more time to flesh out the story. But if you really go back and think about the theatrical movie, more than half of the movie is establishing Bruce Wayne, establishing Batman, and also how long Batman has been around, and why Batman is as jaded as he is, and why he believes he needs to kill Superman. Majority of the film is about Batman, and then a small portion is about Wonder Woman, and a little tiny bit is about Superman. When it's supposed to be his movie. Well, I mean, it's not called Superman versus Batman. It's Batman v Superman. But that's the problem. If they would have spent more time on Superman, and this is what I agree with a lot of anti-Snyder fans, is if they had more time to flesh out Superman's character, he got his second movie, right? Then, by the time you were able to bring in Batman, and tease Batman at the end of the second movie, that's fine. Tell people it's coming. Have the building collapse or whatever needs to happen for Bruce to snap and want to kill Superman. But leave that for a teaser at the end of the movie or as a, what do you call it? As a end screen or whatever it is. I don't know. End scene. End credit scene. Use that to build it up. And then have the entire movie dedicated to Batman if you want, and Superman be a side character. But to have Superman basically in a secondary starring role in his own movie was a very poor decision. It's like what happened to The Dark Knight. The Dark Knight is not a superhero movie. It is a crime thriller with Joker as the lead character. It's from Joker's point of view. It's for Joker's philosophy. And Batman is the antagonist who is trying to stop the Joker and has a completely different core beliefs. But the Joker is the whole movie revolves around him.
Yeah, I would agree.
And he is new to that universe, and it's supposed to be Batman's second movie.
Yeah, the Joker was the main character of that.
Exactly. But, I mean, it's still a great movie. I don't argue that. But I don't argue that it's a superhero movie. It's a Gotham City movie where the Joker is the key character.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of problems with how even the first Superman movie wasn't that great, and then the second one, Henry Cavill, he didn't really get a chance. Honestly, I was just thinking when you were talking, I was thinking the difference between Snyder's Superman and for instance, the Superman from the Christopher Reeve Superman.
The 70s?
Yeah, it was the Christopher Reeve Superman, if you think about it, his character was fleshed out a lot. He talked, you got to see his personality, his hopes, his fears, his worries, what he's thinking, what he's saying. With Superman in the Justice League and also Superman in BVS, it felt like every time you see Superman, he's just this scary guy. The boogeyman that comes out and gets hit by a car and he's made of steel. You don't really get to know him as a person. He's just this scary figure that people are trying to fight and are scared of.
We have none of those emotes, by the way. The He-Man transforming would have made a great emote.
Yeah.
It's not there.
Yeah, but if you think about it, Luke, they didn't really focus on you didn't really get to see Superman as a person. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Guys, I have to get to my ultimate stream, so I gotta go.
Thank you for the super chat, Yoel. What would you want, James? I'm gonna answer your other question first, about you said, what do we feel about the Supergirl movie? I'm just indifferent to it personally. I'm probably not gonna watch it in theaters, but I don't know how Luke feels about the Supergirl movie. And then you said, what would you want James Gunn to do for the DCU? Says Yol X9Y.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know where he's going to go with the DCU. It all depends. Like, nobody knows where he's heading, really.
He said, what would you want him to do?
I mean, I would want him to do the Court of Owls. I would want him to do Mr. Freeze. I would want him to do the Bat Family. You know, to have a Batman that's older like Ben Affleck, so we can see Nightwing and we can see Red Hood and things like that.
I don't think Luke has a problem with the plot of the Supergirl movie necessarily, because he knows that was a plot line in the comics.
Yeah,
so.
I don't have a problem with the Supergirl movie. It's based on a famous comic. The problem I have is I don't believe in rewarding and supporting somebody's bad behavior. Like, the Supergirl actress said some pretty nasty things about my religion. And, you know, she's entitled to her opinion as an atheist, but I don't think her press tour is a good outlet for that kind of thing. And I think that's going to impact how people perceive her movie. I never support Hollywood talking heads when they yap and they say stupid stuff when their movies are coming out. I do the exact opposite. You know, because it's basically you're enabling bad behavior.
Like, if she hadn't spoken out about people and...
I was planning on seeing it.
If she didn't say some really mean things about people, we probably would have ended up seeing it, but...
Yeah.
We thought, you know, I don't care what her beliefs are, but the fact that she said mean things about other people is hurtful, and I don't, you know, I don't like that, so...
It's, you know... I don't like that kind of stuff. It sits really wrong with me because it's not, it shouldn't be used like that. So, you know, I'm going to see the He-Man movie. I've heard good things about that. I would love to see Toy Story, but I didn't even know there's going to be a fifth Toy Story, and I don't know if I want to. And I'm going to see the Spider-Man movie, you know, because I like Tom Holland, I like the Spider-Man stuff, and I'm curious to see what happens. But no, I don't believe if her movie is successful, you know, then she learns nothing from this. If her movie fails, unfortunately, she'll just blame the fans. You know, the Hollywood people don't have discernment. They don't have accountability. They always blame other people for when things go awry, you know. So, you know, but I come from a generation of people that when you do something bad, you know, there's repercussions for it. You can't just spout whatever you want. And you know, if she did it on her own YouTube channel or whatever, she was doing it during an interview as a press tour. You know, she's allowed to say whatever she wants, but, you know, I'm allowed to feel offended. I'm allowed to be angry, and I'm allowed to, you know, basically say I'm not watching it, you know? So, I feel bad for Jason Momoa, but, I mean, it's like the Flash situation, but except it's different because she targeted a whole demographic of people based on their religion. She could have just said, you know, conservative dads or whatever she was doing, but she doesn't like religion, so she wanted to throw it under the bus. And this is how I know that she is sincere in what she said. She's never backtracked. She's never apologized for it. She doesn't think she did anything wrong, you know? So, as a Christian man, I'm not supporting her. You know, because we believe in people, you know, saying forgiveness and asking, like, when they do something wrong, they say they're sorry. We forgive them, move on. You know, it's done. I did something wrong, okay. You know, but she doesn't believe she did anything wrong. She said it. She's, you know, laughing about it, and she has no remorse over it, so it is what it is. But, you know, I'm not supporting it. Yeah. I have very limited funds as it is. I want to go see He-Man. I want to see a movie that has values in it and is something from my childhood that I've been waiting 40 years to see come to life in theater in a way that actually does the brand justice. I've heard nothing but good things about it from people my age. The only people I care about, by the way. Because we were there on Saturday morning watching the show in front of our eyes, you know? So, for my generation, I want to see if it's a big win or not. I liked that Warcraft movie. I wanted to see a trilogy. I don't know why people were so bent out of shape on that Warcraft movie. That was a good movie. It was a fun movie. If the He-Man movie is as fun as the Warcraft movie, that's a win for me. I liked that Warcraft movie. It's a shame we didn't get like a franchise from that. That was disappointing. It was a good movie. And I wasn't even a super Warcraft fan, and I liked it. I was like, whoa, that's pretty dope. I don't remember how many years ago that was. 15 years ago? Oh, I know Superman's in the movie. I know, but, like, you know, if she actually said something and she was actually really sorry about it, she's still gloating about it, and she's still, like, you know, being like L conservatives and L Christians and things like that. You know, she's not a nice person. So I don't, you know, I don't want to support someone like that. You guys want to? You're free to do that. I'm free to say no thank you. I didn't see the female Ghostbusters movie either because it was stupid. But I don't think the Supergirl movie's bad per se. I don't know. But I still ask that you people not spoil the movie for other people, like if you see it and stuff like that. We still have the same policy on the channel. You have about 2.5 weeks of no spoilers, and then people can talk about plot details and things like that, or like spoiler details. But we ask again, if you see things like He-Man, if you see Toy Story or whatever, make sure you don't spoil the movie for everybody else. Because people don't like when people do that on streams and stuff, because community things, you know. It's just, it's not a cool thing to do that. But there you go. I like these skins. I really enjoyed these skins. I had more nice things to say about these skins, but, you know, Fortnite streams go all over the place. There's a lot of drama happening on Twitter that it's hard to ignore, you know, especially because it has to do with gaming and stuff like that. So, the delay of Fortnite had me on Twitter more, so that's where some of the discussions came for. I'm not apologizing for it. I'm just saying that's how discussions got weird.
I just was stressed out. I'm sorry. It was my...
But Skeletor is cool. Skeletor is amazing. Yeah. I think I got bit by something. No, it's fine. But anyway, if you guys still want to hang out with me, I'm doing a Gundam stream next. I got to get that set up. It'll take me about 15 minutes or so, but that is a James Trigg thing. It's going to be a lot of fun Gundam stuff. So look forward to that, and I will see you guys on that. The He-Man stuff works now. It was worth it, but it wasn't worth the wait. I wanted to do this at 8 o'clock so I could get to the other stream, you know, before 11. So, but, I mean, it is what it is. That's what happens. So I'll see you guys on the next stream. I'm not done yet. And I'll be back with a Gundam stream for one of my VIPs. I don't know who Frankie Johnson is. Alright, guys. Support He-Man because He-Man's awesome. Stands for good things, and, you know, the movie is making the right people angry, so that makes me happy. Because, you know why? Because the story of He-Man is that of a moral lesson, and bad people don't have morality, so it's like pouring hot coals on their forehead. They don't like it. And, you know, He-Man has always been a moral, conscious figure in, you know, PSAs and things like that. He's a good character. That the whole thing about He-Man is a very good thing for kids and adults and everybody to look up to. So the fact that it's making the right people angry, it's hilarious to me because they don't like good things. So they wanted to corrupt something that was good, and they didn't succeed, and that makes me happy. But I'll see you guys on Gundam coming up next.